Welcome back to this Let's Play of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. Last time we landed on Nar Shaddaa, got in some trouble with trying to help some people, and managed to cause more problems than we solved. But hey, we got some light side points out of it. We had a little conversation with Kreia that kind of just pulled us away from pure light side. Oh well.
Hey, I saw that ship you flew in on. My ship.
Can you prove it?
It's the Ebon Hawk, isn't it? She was stolen from me during a routine run in the Mid-Rim, near the close of the Mandalorian Wars.
Okay, how do you prove the ship is yours?
The registry's 34P7JK. It's got a temperamental hyperdrive, and the turrets can be sluggish and unresponsive against fast-moving fighters. She's also got two secret compartments, one in the cargo hold, right near the plasteel cylinders in the back, and the second beneath the bunks in the starboard cabin.
There's a slight dig at the first game there, where you do in fact have to fight from the turrets on the Ebon Hawk, and they are kind of sluggish against fighters, and the only way to win is to just shoot them down before they have a chance to really get at you. Anyway, he tells you about that secret compartment, which is useful, and we can be gracious and light side and say, if it's yours, then I'll return it to you.
Good to hear you aren't going to challenge it. That makes things a lot easier. No hard feelings, I hope. Don't worry. You shouldn't have any trouble finding transport off Nar Shaddaa on your own.
Okay, and I'd rather have a clean conscience than a stolen ship. It's a blatant light side option. You don't lose the ship, by the way.
I'll be going now. Get used to the solid ground beneath you.
Okay. Well, at least that's a different kind of trouble. Let's see what else there is out here. I wonder what's behind this door here. Well, that doesn't look good. Apparently this is some sort of criminal deal. Anyway, blah blah blah. They're going to kill each other, but they're going to kill me first. Well, no, they're going to kill each other first. Oh, that's convenient, actually. It's much easier than when they try to kill me first. And I guess I shouldn't have had Bayadur in the party for this, but oh well.
My life is yours.
And it's really too bad that we're light side, because I kind of like this force power. Unfortunately, Visas does not have enough force points to really make good use of it.
Let's get this over with.
She also can't equip armor. She doesn't have any proficiencies in it. Now, obviously, she uses force powers that are restricted, so maybe it's not a horrible thing that you're losing much by not being able to use armor on her, but it doesn't mean she's going to get splattered in combat. Come on. Anyway, I'll clean this area up. Just junk, mostly. This Ariadu stealth unit here is actually useful. It's a belt that gives... it lets you use stealth, but it also gives +2 dexterity. Stealth in this game is pretty marginal. There are a couple places where it's useful, where you can sort of hide in and run in and disarm mines before a fight, but anyway. Here's one of the merchants on Nar Shaddaa. Like all merchants, you save first before you talk to him. And more or less he says he's got stuff for sale. So we'll see what he has. Yeah, okay. He has some very expensive stuff. This sword here costs 18,000 credits. Yeah, it's not very good actually. But there's a lot of stuff he can sell, which is quite good. So I'm going to reload a couple times until I can find stuff I want to buy. Okay. The only thing I'm going to buy right now is this Jalshay Neophyte armor, which is a special form of armor which does not restrict force powers. Rather handy. I won't want to use it in the real long term, just because eventually your dex gets high enough that any dex limitation really kills armor, and there are some better robes out there, but for now I'm going to use that armor for a while. Unfortunately it's ugly. The other items that I really care about here are this Sith Tremor Sword, which is a fully upgradable two-handed weapon that doesn't have a single-digit critical threat range. It has all sorts of bonuses on top of being fully upgradable. It's probably one of the best melee weapons in the game. Now, there is one character who will eventually join your party who cannot use lightsabers, and is really good with melee weapons, so I want to have something there. I'm not going to buy it right now, but I can just leave it here and come back and buy it eventually, because you can always come back to these planets. Well, not always, but you can for a long time. I'm also going to buy another breath mask just because it's here. There are a couple other items. These Kubaz Scoundrel Gloves are extremely expensive. They're 12,000. I can almost afford them, actually. That they give very big dexterity bonus, and they are probably the best gloves that Atten will ever get. So, just with some reloading, you can get, just endgame equipment, even though this is really just the start of the free roam portion of the game. Here there are also a couple of lightsaber crystals. I'm not going to buy any of those just yet, but just there are things I'm going to come back for when I talk to this guy. So, and I'll show you this armor. Just be sure that as you're going through, don't get rid of the Atten's rib jacket, which is, I mean, I can't wear it because it's Atten only, but it's a defense bonus for a piece of armor with no dexterity restriction. It's not upgradable, but it's still a very nice piece of armor. It's actually a piece of armor I'm going to go back to late game for Atten because of the lack of a dexterity cap, and also because it's not armor per se. This minor uniform is fairly basic, but because Beador can't wear robes or any of the things like these, does not restrict use of force powers armor. There's a couple of kinds. You are pretty much stuck with that's the best armor he's going to wear in the game. So, anyway, this stuff is ugly, if you can't see that. It looks even more ridiculous on males.
I can feel them from a great distance, like a shiver running through you.
And you can say you feel a background noise, like a vibration.
It is Nar Shaddaa, the true Nar Shaddaa that you feel around you. It is this moon, with the metal and machines stripped away and the currents of the Force laid bare.
Yeah, there's alive with desperation.
I'm surprised you can feel it. I fear the damage to you had deadened you to such perceptions. What you feel is the echo of the minds of these creatures within the Force. Their anger, their greed, their desperation. It is life.
Okay. And, some way to heal it?
One might as well heal the universe, but such manipulation is possible, yes. It requires that one be able to feel the critical point within the fractured mass, and know how to strike it in such a way that the echoes travel to your intended destination.
Okay, and so we're not really interested in manipulation, but healing.
Have you learned nothing? Healing is manipulation, and if you do not realize it yet, then you will discover that an act of healing depends largely on your perspective. Manipulation is done through propelling events, or selected ones, into motion. It is done through teaching, through example, and through conviction. And the greatest of victories are not manipulations at all, but simply awakening others to the truth of what you believe, of hearing it echoed around you in life. But let us be silent. Words and thoughts are distractions. Feel this moment for as long as it will last.
And even though she gets angry at you there, you don't lose influence, and you don't get light side points. But you do get a permanent bonus to your force points for just going through that conversation. Not real important. I'm gonna save here.
Please, look, I already paid the exchange what I have.
And essentially, a couple guys.
But oh, look! Here's the one with your credits. About time. Look, these gentlemen are getting impatient.
And more or less he thinks that he can get us to pay him off. And, it's exactly the same as the one before, but these guys you can just persuade away. And they run away. And we get some light side points.
Jedi code is still alive and well.
And, essentially you can choose variety of light side options here.
If you say so. I'm not sure I believe it. There's a lot of people who need help in the galaxy. If we stop to help each one, the Sith are going to be on us faster than anything. Let's just accomplish our mission first, then worry about everyone else.
Now, despite the fact that he sounds like he was disappointed in you there, you gain influence with him. So, I don't know. Maybe not, let's talk to the guy.
Are you crazy? That was exchange muscle. When they hear about this, they'll come back a dozen strong and tear you limb from limb.
Yeah, I can handle them. Hey, you got some info?
Alright. What'd you want to know?
You seen a Jedi Master?
Jedi Master? Crazy? There aren't any more Jedi running around, let alone Masters. But you're serious, aren't you? Alright, well, look. If I were a Jedi, I'd be where I could help people. As for where that happens on Nar Shaddaa, I have no idea.
Okay, well, hey.
Are you serious? Alright. I must be doing something right for you to come along and bail me out like you did.
They'll probably harass you again later.
That was a kind act. It is good to see that one can still show compassion, even after the war.
And, choose... This actually sounds like a light-sided response. If I can give assistance, I will.
And that is why I follow you, General. Lead on.
But you do get influence. There's actually ways you can gain dark side influence, with, most of the time with Bed, or you have to do light side things to gain influence with him. But you can use Force Persuade to get those guys to jump off the cliff, which is kind of funny, but too bad I don't have the power. We're out of time for this episode. Next time, we'll actually get to picking up that droid we were talking about last episode.